Christine. Welcome to Book Talk. Today we're discussing the first book in a new MAGGIE STIEFVATER series called The Raven Boys. Now, originally I was pretty hesitant to pick this up because I was never really thrilled with MAGGIE's other series, but I've heard great things about The Raven Boys. In the beginning, I felt the same way that I had felt during the Shiver series. MAGGIE has this style of writing that's very verbose. I'm in the story and then I feel myself falling out of it and just reading the words. You know when that happens? Your mind kind of wanders while you're reading because they're just describing things for so long. It wasn't until I was maybe 50 pages in that I adjusted to the writing style. You have to let yourself adjust to it. Once you do, you're fine. And before you know it, you've fallen into the story. It just really sneaks up on you. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I have to read this. I'm up to 3 a.m. What's gonna happen? I don't even know. If you started off and you're having trouble, I would say keep going. We have a bunch of colorful, really fun characters in this story. It's very much the opposite of the Shiver series, where we started off with Grace and Sam, who were just the epitome of boring character for me. This is told from multiple POVs, but our lead's name is Blue. She's a psychic's daughter. She lives in this house full of psychics. Her aunts are psychic, her mom is psychic, and they're real psychics, not the fake kind that just make shit up. Blue is the only one of them that did not receive this psychic gift. She instead is like a battery that enhances their psychic abilities. So when she's around, they can get a better reading, a more precise reading. Our other lead, his name is Gainsey. Gainsey is the son of a very wealthy family, but he's not your typical wealthy character. He's very, very interested in the supernatural world. He has his eyes set on finding this dead king Glendower. It's all very complicated until you've gotten into the story. There's this dead king named Glendower, and supposedly he was buried alive or immortal. It's kind of unclear. He's buried and he's not actually dead because he's buried along one of these energy lines that run across the earth called a ley line. And the ley line happens to run through this town, Henrietta, that Blue lives in, which also plays into the whole psychic abilities. That may be why their psychic abilities are so strong, because they live on top of a ley line, this energy source. Now, supposedly Glendower was buried on a ley line, and that's why he's still alive, and whoever finds him is granted a favor. Gainsey has made it his life's quest to find Glendower, not for the favor, and he has these 3 very close friends who are dedicated to helping Gainsey find him. Blue gets involved with this. I can't believe how fast I fell into it after thinking I actually was going to put it down. I was like, I just don't really enjoy MAGGIE STIEFVATER's writing style. That's what the conclusion I came to, and before I freaking know it, I'm like on page 266, and I'm like, I need to finish! I'm excited about this trilogy now. It is very interesting, and it's very refreshing. If you're looking for something different, if you're bored with what you've been reading, I'd recommend picking it up and give it a shot. Give it at least 100 pages or so, because, like I said, there's an adjustment period. She's laid a lot of groundwork. I feel like she's weaving things in very well. I'm excited. That's it for the non-spoilery section. If this sounds interesting to you at all, go read the book and then come back and discuss with us. Okay? Bye for now. Bye. Okay. I am so happily surprised with this book. I was really expecting not very much to enjoy it. But I did. Let's talk about the characters. I am very happy with the characters in this book. I just can't repeat that enough. I just really didn't like Sam and Grace, and Blue is great. I picture her kind of with a spiky fro, but she has a cute face, you know? She's cute. She's not funny. I think I laughed out loud maybe 3 times during the whole book, and I think Kala actually propelled me into all of those laughs. Maybe one was Gainsey. We have her aunts, and we have Neve. Neve is pretty freaking creepy. I don't really understand her relationship with the women of the psychic house. I kind of trusted her, though. I felt like she had good intentions. So, I don't know. She's disappeared into her weird mirror soul trap thing. Then we have Maura, Blue's mom. I feel like Blue's mom is pretty distant for her mother, and I know Blue talks about how her mom has been very lenient with her whole life. She hasn't put restrictions on her. She withholds a shitload of information from Blue, and it kind of conflicted personality traits in my mind. If you're so easygoing, it seems like you would let your daughter in on what you're actually thinking. It seems like Blue is something else. Neve mentions how Blue has some sort of potential. She is something, and Maura obviously knows because she's always like, shh, shh, shh. when anything comes up. The whole story is very mysterious and different, and it could easily get out of hand, but Maggie does an excellent job of grounding everything. So I absolutely believe it because there's so much groundwork and background into it, even though it's completely weird and magical. That's my problem with Beautiful Creatures. Nothing is grounded. It just goes higher and higher. There's no groundwork for a lot of things that happen, and it makes me so uncomfortable. And here, so surprising how comfortable I feel in this weird, crazy world. And then we have Gansey. We know he's the expected love interest, but in this book, she's kind of with Adam, but it's definitely a thing in the future. It's looming. There will be Blue and Gansby. The name Gansby just very much reminds me of Gatsby, and I'm pretty sure it's probably on purpose. We have that scene in Nino's when him and Blue meet. They have that whole talk about prostitution. He doesn't understand her thought process yet, but as the book goes on, he tries harder and harder because he really, really doesn't want to be like that. He doesn't want to be that condescending rich kid who speaks like he's better than everyone. Those flash forward scenes with him and Blue, I think they would be really fun together. They share things with each other so easily. That story about the wasps, man, okay, that is really, really scary. I'm scared of the ley lines, and Cave's water is so freaking creepy. The trees talk and they speak Latin. The Latin was laid very nicely. They take Latin, and the Latin teacher as well. I really love the scene where Gansey is laying upside down on his bed and Blue is kind of leaning over him, talking to him. And it was very, very close to being like a Spider-Man kiss situation. And then we have Ronan coming out being like, hey Blue, if you spit right now, it'd fall right in his mouth. We have that character of Ronan in that scene where the wasp is in Gansey's room and he's just kind of staring at it, and Ronan comes in. That's the scene where your opinion really starts to change of Ronan. You could tell that he actually really cares about Gansey. Ronan is some supernatural thing. We're not exactly sure what it is, but the trees know who he is just like they know Blue, so interesting. Got Chainsaw, this raven that just kind of pops out of nowhere, and then at the end we have that line dropped about how he took him out of his dreams. Are people that are born in this area, born with weird supernatural links to the ley line? He also has this tattoo on his back that seems to change with his moods, and it's kind of like he's just creating it with his mind, and it's not actually a tattoo on his back. And then we have Noah, who just seems so sweet, and I love that he gets along so well with Blue, probably because Blue makes him feel more alive. That reveal that he was dead, I was just, what? When they found his driver's license in that dead pile of bones, I was trying to hypothesize, you know how time bends in Cave's water, did Noah go back to Cave's water, and this is like the future dead Noah? And then I was thinking, it has to be Welk's best friend, and if Welk's best friend looks like Noah, maybe Welk's best friend was a relative of Noah's that they just looked very like, but no, it actually was Noah. Gansey's little crew is a very strange group. And then we have Welk, this man-child, spoiled little bitch. And then we have Mr. Adam Parrish. I mean, I'm sorry, but Jumanji, I could not stop thinking Jumanji. Jumanji's name is Alan Parrish, his name is Adam Parrish. It can't be coincidence, no. I just couldn't help while reading this, worrying about this parallel between Welk and Adam, because there definitely is something being drawn. How Welk fell from grace from being wealthy to nothing, and then Adam is trying to prevent himself from going from nothing to Gansey status because Gansey wants him to. He doesn't want to go ride on someone else's dollar. There's that abrupt change how Adam is thrown into this world, but he doesn't have this amount of money. Welk is still in this world, but he doesn't have that amount of money either. It's kind of he came from the opposite place. And we see Welk can't handle it. He cracks and becomes a murderer. Just you can't help but see Adam cracking. You see it happening. I really don't understand what happened at the end when he sacrificed himself. I don't know if he was sacrificing his principles. I thought he was sacrificing his body, like he would die. But he seems to be alive. And then I thought he was sacrificing his soul so that he has Glendower in him and not himself. That got me wondering, is Glendower actually there, or is his soul trapped on the line? And to come back, does he need a human body? I know Gansey has that flash forward to him opening the casket and seeing Glendower, but I mean, it doesn't make sense that his body wouldn't have rotted away like everyone else's on the ley line. I don't know. It's all very iffy still. I want to know what happened to him. What exactly is going on? Is he like the soul? The trees are inside him now? I don't. Is the ley line just inside him? I don't know. And then we have this whole thing with Lou's dad and Mora's ex-lover, Butternut. It's very suspicious. He must have something to do with the ley line. And could that whole disappearing act have something to do with Ronan's dad and the secret that Ronan knows that killed him. I feel like these things will end up being connected somehow. Definitely Ronan's dad's secret is a big looming aspect of that I think we'll probably delve into in the other books. The whole story is so intriguing and I really had no idea where it was going at all, but I was desperate to find out what she was getting to here. Now, I was under the impression that whoever finds Glendower, you get one favor, not that everyone who finds him gets a favor, which brings up this whole thing. Do they realize that? Does Gainsey realize that? And has he told Adam that Adam will get the favor? But then we also have Ronan and Noah. Noah's not a real person, I guess, so he doesn't get it. But would Ronan stand idly by while Adam gets the favor and Ronan doesn't get to bring his dad back from the dead or whatever he wants to do with his favor? I love when Ronan beats up Adam's dad. Knew it was coming when Ronan dropped him off. And we have Blue now, who's also looking for it, and I'm sure Blue would like a favor, but I know she's selfless enough. It wouldn't become a problem with her. That whole ordeal, the favor is up in the air. Now, I'm definitely going to read the next book. I'm excited about it. I don't know if it's going to be a trilogy. That's what I'm assuming. I'm looking forward to seeing Blue and Gainsey become a thing. Blainsey. That's a nice ship name. They go very well together. Blattum doesn't sound as nice. And then we have the whole looming thing. Does Gainsey die? I don't think we're going to end with Gainsey dying. That's not what I'm predicting here. I think there's going to be a loophole, or I don't even know if that was Gainsey. I was wondering if maybe it could have been someone else who was talking about why he died, but no, he smells like mint, and Gainsey always shows us mint leaves. Okay, whatever, but I feel like there's got to be a loophole here. Yeah, I'm excited. Please share your thoughts and theories. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you next time. I'm Christine. Bye!